Hello. Um, so following on from the last video, you see me? Uh, I was going to talk a little bit about why I don't include sugar on this diet as a backup or as an added source of calories. So first off, refined sugar I gave up 5 or 6 years ago before anything else. I used to absolutely binge on sweets and sugar, I didn't really add sugar to things, but I binged on things with sugar in them, refined sugar, and it made me feel not very good, and then I eventually cut it out, which is really difficult to do, and I cut it out of my diet and I felt a lot better, and I was, for the first time in a long time in years, I was waking up in the morning feeling good, and I wasn't feeling so depressed all the time, and I wasn't feeling so low on energy all the time. Now fair enough, that's on a standard diet, so there's a lot of other problems with the diet, fair enough, but I wasn't diabetic or anything else like that. So I gave that up a long time ago, and I don't want to go back to it. I do believe it's addictive, and I know a lot of people say, like, you can't get addicted to sugar, it's required by all your cells and things like that. And then someone pointed out one time that every animal, or every mammal, their cells are fed by sugar. So like every animal turns its food into sugar, you know. So it doesn't really make sense to say, oh well, you know, you can't get addicted to sugar or cells run on sugar. It doesn't really, I don't think that really works, especially as it's not a natural source of sugar that we're talking about. So I cut it out, I felt better, I started eating more fruit, I lost some weight, probably lost some weight for a number of reasons, because I was maybe eating a bit less, and I was probably eating a lot less fat as well, because you cut out all the ice cream and all the chocolate and everything. But generally I was pretty high carb sweets, you know, if there's such a thing, like low fat kids sweets, you know. So yeah, I think that's the primary reasons. I think it's addictive, and I don't think addictive things are good, you know. I think trying to avoid addictive things in your diet is good. And I do think if you start to eat it more, fruit will be less and less appealing to you. So there's a lot of people that are following Harley really into adding the sugar. And I don't know really if it's necessary. I don't know really if the fruit is that bad or that unsweet or whatever. I don't really think that's the case, but that's me speaking from where I am, where I'm living, and the fruit that I'm getting. Yeah. So what else? I mean, I do think it kind of leads to some kind of imbalance or some kind of maybe depression, but that's, you know, it gives like a bit of a serotonin hit, or it gives a bit of a hit, and that's why it's a bit addictive. I don't think the fruit sugars, even if you have dates or really concentrated dried fruit, concentrated dried juice, pasteurized juice, I don't think they ever give you the same hit, because I can remember when I was like a sugar junkie, like a refined sugar junkie, and stopped, I would go and get some, you know, if I was craving sugar, I'd go and get some pasteurized orange juice or something, or grape juice. This is back in the day, and I would drink that, and it would never quite do it for me. It would never quite get the same feeling that refined sugar gets. So I think there's an extra little hit there. And yeah, we all know, you know, it's not really part of 8-10-10 or health or anything. Whole, fresh, right, raw, organic. I mean, to me that's like a goal to live up to. It's not something that I actually meet all the time. Very rarely am I organic all the time. Probably less than half, probably less, probably like a quarter or less of my food is organic. In fact, sometimes probably none of my food is organic for a week. It's just not been my priority, but now it's becoming more of a priority. My priority was like whole. Well, which part of it? Fruits and vegetables was my priority, and then I'll need to go to like raw, so like cutting out any processed or pasteurised juices or processed fruit or dried fruit maybe at some point, and maybe trying to eat more whole rather than smoothing or juicing all the time. So it's all kind of a thing to look up to. It's really funny, I was thinking about it back in the day, like I used to really be against refined sugar, and I used to watch Robert Lustig, The Bitter Truth, and I was like, this guy's right, you know, and I try and get people to watch that. But you know, no one really wants to give up sugar. So I thought it was like the elixir to health, you know, give up refined sugar and that's you good, you can eat anything you like now. That's how I used to be. And but I remember watching Robert Lustig and going, that guy's fat, so why is he's obviously not following his his recommendations, you know. So I would really watch, but what I want to say is I'd like to hear other people's opinions on this sugar thing, because if for other people it might be absolutely fine, maybe especially if you're really hydrated, maybe it's okay. But personally, I've felt too many times where I've had even on this lifestyle, maybe had some orange juice somewhere and it had refined sugar in it, and I could taste it straight away, but I just had it anyway, and maybe had quite a lot of it, and then the next day went through a phase of like this weird apathy, alienation, depression, weird emotions like that. And every time, and that's happened so many times when I've had refined sugar, when I've had a lot of refined sugar the day before. So I think there's something bad there. So I want to hear other people's experiences on that, let me know. But I don't think it's a long-term thing you want to be doing for a long time. That's my opinion. Once again, there's not really any need for a backup, you know. I don't think the starches or the refined sugar is a necessary backup on this lifestyle. Where you're buying your sugar or your starches, I can guarantee there's probably some fruit where you're unless you go to like the starch shop or the sugar shop, which doesn't exist. You're going to a supermarket probably. I went to the wholesale market this morning, which is the best place you can go to a wholesale market near you. And don't worry if you're like, you know, people say, do you need to be like in the trade? Do you need to be like a fruit shop owner, or just go? You know, just go and walk in, go up and try and get some fruit, and it'll be a lot cheaper and it'll be good. And that's the quantities you're buying it in the same quantities the shops are buying it if you're on this lifestyle. So you might as well do that. Anyway, I think I'm finished, and yeah, orange juice, probably enough sugar in there, I guess. But I never think of it as sugar. I think of it as like it's whole fruit, you know. Sugar is something that is added to other things. Other things have ingredients, but fruit is just fruit. Banana is just banana. It's not like this banana has loads of sugar in it. It's like this is just banana to me. But okay. So I don't know if I have a thing at the end of my videos that I can say to you, but I'll speak to you soon on more things. See you later. Bye.